Hi, I'm Tim from the Heresy Group, and here I've got my Husar Noble plate carrier. So a little bit about Husar. They are a Polish company making tactical and military goods. Their product styling, their range has got this real unique style to it that once you've seen a Husar product, and if you are looking through that the rest, you could categorically say what is Husar and what isn't. They've got this real unique styling that I really do like. Now across the brand, you'll see across their website, social media, Facebook, a very clean and unique brand. They really care about their branding, they really care about their products, and that shows a hell of a lot in this Husar Noble plate carrier. I will show it in all the places throughout the review, but you will really see that there is a lot of care and attention into their products, and for me that's really nice to see that a brand really does care about the materials that are being produced by their factory. So this plate carrier, like many others out there on the market, comprises of a front and rear plate bag, shoulder straps and a cummerbund. This is available in a variety of different camouflages. I will put the full list in the description below. There's tons of them. It's also comes with a ton of versatility. Nearly every part of this is interchangeable, swappable, with accessories that are either on the market or coming to the market very soon. To start in the review off, what I'll do is go down the front of the first plate, do the rear plate, shoulder straps and the cummerbund. I will do them kind of independently. So starting at the top of the front plate, you can see here we've got these quick release clips either side, so if you do need to get this off, you can do this via the shoulder straps if needed. If the emergency or the situation requires it, you could potentially do it with that. This does have a full quick release system that I will go over when I talk about the shoulder straps. That is not this. It is a very separate, kind of pull to release system. So moving down the front plate, you've got a large admin panel at the top that's 3 by 4 wide. It's velcroed on the front, as you can tell. I've got some morale patches on the front, but if you did want to put a juggernaut case or something like that on the front of here, you could do that. Behind where this tab is here, we have a full width admin pocket. Absolutely love this. One of the things that sold me the plate carrier. Nice big admin area at the top that goes from one edge all the way to the other. Really key for me just to have that full width on the front. When you see these tiny little admin pockets on the front stuffed with stuff, they kind of bulge out. I like the fact you can use the full width of this. Either side of that, we've got 2 molly loops. You can see my comms on the ones on the left side here, and then at the top we have some tie down areas out of short velcro. They can be used for hydration, communication, whatever. You do have some more tie down loops if needed. Moving down from there, we have a insert in the front of this front kangaroo kind of flap that of 3.556. Husar do a ton of different varieties on this insert. So if I just take this magazine out here and pull that velcro open, you can see it's just got a velcro insert in there, and again Husar do a variety of different ones. Again, I will link everything in the description below, so if you are after a setup for 7.62 for example, they do an insert for it and you can just put one in there. Alternatively, if you run your own proprietary insert for that, whether it's Kydex and you've had one made, whatever, these will take the majority of plate carrier kangaroo flap inserts in here. Across the front we've got more molly. Again, if you wanted to put more pouches, more stuff on the front of it, it's not a problem. And we've got a long area across the top there of velcro. Now this is where things get a little bit more complicated with this plate carrier and a little bit more special. Now this front area here that sits in front of the cummerbund below is detachable, and you can detach it by pulling the poppers at the top and unpopping the other end. You can see those poppers and that velcro along the top there, and this runs as a completely independent unit. Now I will insert a picture of what this looks like with everything attached. Now you can see these shoulder straps and kind of the waist straps as well, and the loops are on the back of here for you to be able to turn this into an independent system itself. Now yes, you do have to buy those accessories, but it saves you having to buy a complete chest rig setup. On the back you can see some velcro. They do a comfort pad for the back of here, so obviously it is comfortable to wear as a chest rig setup, and you've got the loops and everything. The nice thing, and some of the attention to detail on the back of here is incredible, and you will see this throughout the entire plate carrier. There is just some beautiful touches, very clean, very crisp stitching. I'll put some photos in now. Nice weight reduction anywhere where there's no stress on the material. They've hollowed it out with these circles just to help bring the weight down. An entire plate carrier set up at just 860 grams is absolutely incredible. And one of the things I really noticed when I did start wearing this of just how light it is. On the back here you can see information on when this was created, the stock number and who it was created by. A real nice part, or I guess, you know, a nice counterpart to the whole plate carrier itself. Is every individual part is signed and created by someone. Leaving your signature on something really does show the brand's kind of integrity to create something and have their signature on it. That just shows that they've given it that care and attention. I would never put my signature on anything that I haven't given 100% to, and I think they do that to really show that the people within their business are hand making these, and they really do care about how they're made. It really does come to show on these. Just, you know, the care and attention is to such a high level. So again, you can run this independently if you want to. I'm just going to stick this down on the floor and show you through the rest of the front plate. Just removing the Velcro straps from the cummerbunds. We have this large Velcro area here, and you can see more of this material hollowed away to save weight. There's no stress here, so there's no strain on the material, and they are hollowed out. Now, this material that you see a lot of on the back of that mini skirmish chest rig and down the front plate, and you see it throughout the entire plate carrier, is called the Husar Skin. It's kind of like a vulcanized rubber, and it has a lot better properties than just traditional nylon. So nylon will burn, it will drip, it will melt, whereas with this Husar Skin it's less likely to burn, has, you know, a higher, better kind of burn rate, and also it's less likely to burn and drip, you know, molten sort of plastic. So they've tried to use as much of this Husar Skin on the material. It's more durable, it wears better, you know, it's more resilient to like dirt and sweat and all those sorts of things. It's just a much better material, and they have tried to use that in as many places as they can. Moving towards the bottom of this plate then, as you can see along the bottom, we've got more of this venting. And we also have this molly area across the front here for you to be able to put your dangler on if it is attached by molly. If it's not a traditional dangler, then obviously you can just Velcro it onto the front of this plate here. Just turning this inside out so I can show you the back of the front plate. It's probably going to be the easiest thing to do first. You can see another big hollowed out area. Inside here I've actually got some soft armour plates, and they just help fill the shape of the rig out a little bit, give it a little bit of stiffness to wear, especially when you've got some weight on the front of here. Again, all of these cut out areas you can see noble, size medium. Another nice thing about this is you can remove these the padding, or you can remove these kind of comfort pads. There is a version 2 set of comfort pads coming out real soon. We'll put an image in of those now. You can see that they are slightly different in their design. They helped a little bit more to wick air away from the body. They don't sit against the body as much as these do. Although I actually don't mind this padding set out at all. The nice thing for me is if it gets soaking wet with sweat, if it gets caked in mud, easiest thing for me is just pull all of these pads off and just stick these in the wash. Machine washable, it's not going to be a problem. Then stick them back on, they're going to be nice and clean. If you do get really grimy, or you have a couple of those days where you are absolutely rinsed out with sweat, then at least you can wash them out. For me, that's just a nice feature. It keeps the plate carrier nice and hygienic. Last thing you want to be doing is grabbing this from your kit bag and it be absolutely stinking. Right, moving from that onwards over to then the back panel, and I will show you the back of the back panel first. It's going to be probably easiest. You can see down here, full molly back panel. They are doing a absolute ton of variety of back panels coming to the market real soon. I will put an image in now so that you can see the huge variety of back panels that they do. The nice thing about this one here is that it has a built-in hydration padder, space for a bladder, and you can put your bladder in the back of this, and it sits on top of the quick release system. We have a little rubber sort of I guess capped area, or like wear area on both sides. You'd be able to take your hydration hose out of. You could run it over your left or right shoulder. A lot of this rig is designed to be ambidextrous, the same as the quick release system that I will speak about soon. That is designed to go over the left and the right shoulder. I've got my comms and everything on the back here. I've also got a comms pouch that won't come with the rig as you buy it predominantly. Just opening this up, removing the Velcro from the underside. I will just flip this up like so. As you can see underneath there, I will put an image in now, it'll be a little bit clearer. You've got adjustment for the cummerbund here, and you've also got the quick release system that runs down and through the inside of this cummerbund, so it does completely fall away from the body. You've got adjustment here to make the cummerbund wider or smaller on this elastic, and on the back of inside here you can see that pocket just in there for your hydration sack. Again, there is a huge variety of different back panels coming to this. On the inside here, you've got very similar to the front, just turning this all around, you've got the removable back panels for comfort, and then also you have the signature and everything in there as well. Moving on, just, you know, the build quality, the way that things are stitched, the materials that are used, as you can see, real care and attention to detail. Really beautiful stitching, nice bar tag everywhere you look throughout this. As you begin to pull this thing apart, everything is double, triple stitched, real nice clean lines, no threads, no bits of loose material absolutely anywhere. It is really beautiful to see. Moving on from here, I think the quickest way for me to do this is just to bounce it back over to the front and for us to talk about the shoulder straps. Now, there is a lot of work that's gone into the shoulder straps, and you really do see this in the way that they are kind of produced and made. Full shoulder strap coming down to this quick release hoop. They have a comfort pad that comes with them. If I just remove the comfort pad, if you're not someone that wants to run them, you can see you're going to get a real slim silhouette out of this. It is extremely thin. So if you are after a real low profile rig, you're not a fan of the shoulder comfort pad, then this does give you an extremely low profile. You've got the adjustment on the back there, so you can unvelcro these and give them the adjustment, get them where you need. If it ends up being that they end up weighing way shorter, then you can, these are serrated, so you can cut them away if needed. It will save you a little bit of weight potentially, but also, you know, just so that they don't overhang at the front, they do have a cutaway. It's just that little bit of extra thought to make sure that someone is going to get maximum comfort out of this platform. Nice thing about the shoulder pads, we've got the camo material behind and more cutouts. Just shows the attention to detail there. It's nice and cut out. There's no stress there, no tension. Again, at the top, they've got some more cutouts. It's going to help save weight. So these little touches just help to bring the platform's weight right down. Good comfort you get from these. Again, these are going to be upgraded as well. We'll put an image in now of the upgraded version. They're going to have a slightly different padding set on the bottom. So these ones are kind of a little bit obsolete. You probably won't be able to get these ones anymore. But if you do have these ones, nice thing about them, they've got that pad in there with the access to it, so you can take that out and clean it. These can all be washed and machine washed and those sorts of things. I think that's pretty much everything for the shoulder pads apart from the quick release system. Now, as you can see, I will put in a video now of me using the quick release system. It has this small tab that's tucked in here. I've tucked mine right up out the way so I don't catch it by accident, but you can have this sat much further forward. Quick release and a pull away from the body. If you have got some weight on here and no comms cables, this will completely fall off the body. As you can see with mine, it catches because I do have the comms running completely over the shoulder. If they weren't running over the shoulder, this would have fallen completely away from the body. Really nice attention to detail to those. Quite simple, the cummerbund sides, nice thing about them again, all signed, bar tack stitching, really solid stitching on these. I will put an image in now so you can just see the real solidness of these. We've got molly on the outside, molly on the inside, so it means that you can run, you know, attachments, you can run, you know, inner plate bags and stuff like that on these if you needed to, and obviously you've got that attachment on the outside again if needed. Nice big Velcro area at the front, not like a little thin Velcro like you see on some plate carriers. This is, you know, once that's stuck into place on a big Velcro contact surface, if you do pull it, if you catch something, if you catch these side ladders, they're not going to pull. I'm really super impressed with this plate carrier. A ton of versatility, that quick release system, all the versatility with the back panels that come in like I mentioned earlier, the fact that you can take the front off, the fact that you can interchange the front, the fact that I could swap out different calibers, really does add to all the pluses of this platform. I really hope I've gone over everything. I think I have. I know it's been kind of a speed overview. I will be revisiting this in about a year's time once I've worn it for some time and I really give it a hard grind. But from up to now, I've spent a fair amount of time in it just to tell if it's comfortable or not, if it fits me, if it hugs the body well. And what I can say from an off is, over the recon, this fits much closer to the body. It sits and has a much lower silhouette when you're wearing it. It kind of feels like you're wearing a much smaller plate carrier, even though they are exactly the same size in plate bag size. I think that's because it sits a little bit closer, it's a little bit slicker. The softer rails for me was a real big change. The hard rails on the Recon kept it really stiff and made it feel a little bit more like a frame, whereas the soft rails on this, or the soft cummerbund, makes it feel like it's a little bit more of a part of you. It's a bit more like wearing an item of clothing. The nice thing is if you're canting over, if you're running your elbow into your side and you're leaning out and all that kind of work where you're manipulating your hips, it just stops this from digging in. And that's one of the things that I did notice with the Recon. These softer sides just give you a little bit more flexibility. The way that the plate bags are shaped, the way that the shoulder straps sit, it just feels more snug. One of the key things about this and the positioning of the shoulder straps I actually spoke to Husar about is that I felt like they sat much closer to my neck. I really noticed it, that they were much further in other than any other plate carrier that I've worn, not just my Recon. And I asked them about that and they said, yeah, it's much easier and it's much better for you to be able to carry weight if you're the weight itself is coming over the trapeziums. So if you have any weight over, it should be really over your traps. That's going to help, and also giving your shoulder pocket a lot more exposure. So by bringing the shoulder straps in, you're exposing much more of the pocket, and for that it's easier for you to get your rifle shouldered. So things like that they really have thought about. It's super comfortable, nice and lightweight with a ton of flexibility. The platform really is flexible, with more and more accessories coming to the market by the day. So stay tuned if you are after something accessories for this. You picked one up already. There is more stuff coming to the market. Like I say, I did put that screenshot in earlier of all the different back panels. They do different cummerbund setups. They do it in a ton of different colors. Really is a very versatile platform. I'm blown away by it. If you are looking for something that is, really customizable, it's nice and snug, it sits against the body well, ton of versatility. It really is a plate carrier that you could use for a single, day out on the range, or you could be using this for a full 48-hour exercise. It really has got that flexibility. So super impressed. All the links to all the products will be in the description below. If you want to see some more from me, you can do that over on Instagram. I'm always on there, always live streaming bits and bobs and rants and whatever. You can do that at Tim_the Heresy Group. If you want to go and check out Richie on Instagram, he is Richie_the Heresy Group. Our Facebook is always super active as well. We always have people sending in pictures of their kit and all that sort of thing. You can do that, facebook.com/the Heresy Group. Husar, well done. What a fantastic plate carrier. Guys, a massive thumbs up from me. I will be revisiting it in say a year's time, let you guys know how I'm getting on with it. But for constant updates, you can hit the social media. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Comments, questions, feedback, anything like that in the comments box below, that'd be fantastic. If you are not subscribed, you can subscribe by clicking in the bottom right hand corner of the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon.